The 2025 edition of Survivor Series WarGames is in the books. 4 matches took place this past Saturday at Petco Park in San Diego, California. 2 championship matches and 2 WarGames matches took place. And let's get right into it and start where the event began. And that was with the women's WarGames match. And we saw Team Rhea defeat the team led by the Kabuki Warriors, along with Lash legend Nia Jax and Becky Lynch, and that was it was an interesting match, and I think it had its ups and downs. It started slow, but we had great moments throughout this match. We had it start with Charlotte Flair and Asuka, and they had so much history, and we saw that play out once again. And then we saw Becky Lynch come in and her have face-offs with Charlotte Flair and AJ Lee, two of her biggest rivals. And a big standout for me in this match was a newer competitor to the SmackDown women's roster, and that is Lash Legend, former NXT superstar. She was unbelievable in this match. She had a showdown with Rhea Ripley and two of just the most powerful women in WWE right now, and it was a great showdown between those two. We saw AJ Lee as soon as she came in. Like I said, she went face to face, went after Becky Lynch, and she had her ups and downs, but she won the match for her team by tapping out Becky Lynch in this match. And I thought that was a good ending because that was two of the biggest women's wrestlers in the company right now, and I just thought this was I thought it was a solid match. Do I think it was as good as the men's WarGames match? No, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I thought the women's match gave you everything you could have wanted to see necessarily. You had Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and then Lash legend Nia Jax. They really added that. They really brought that power, and you saw Nia Jax just destroy everyone in her path when she entered the match. And all in all, I thought it was good. It went over 40 minutes. Do I think it was the best women's WarGames match ever? No, I do not. But I thought it was as expected. The second match of the night, we saw the hometown guy, Dominic Mysterio, challenge John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. And John Cena came out to an excellent reaction and reception at Petco Park. The fans just showered him with praise and love and just chanted for him. And Dominic Mysterio even got some champs in his hometown, even though he isn't normally too much of a fan favorite. And this match went over 16 minutes. Dominic Mysterio won his second Intercontinental Championship, and he is now once again a double champion, as he is the AAA Mega Champion as well. And he got a lot of help in this one, to say the least, from his friends in the Judgment Day. First, we had Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. They beat down Cena while the ref was distracted, and Dominic Mysterio was faking an injury on the outside. And then 2 more members of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, came out. They got involved. Someone we haven't seen in over 5 months, and that was Liv Morgan, who has had a very close relationship with Dominic Mysterio. She came out, she stared at Dominic Mysterio, slapped him in the face, and everybody was going crazy. It seemed like that partnership and friendship was over, but then Liv Morgan, signs of John Cena when he was hugging Cody Rhodes, stared into the camera with that evil-looking face and hit Cena with a low blow, leading to Dominic Mysterio winning this match, becoming a 2-time IC champion. And although it is what you come to expect with the Judgment Day in any match they're involved with, and Dominic Mysterio for that matter, I do think that Dominic Mysterio could have used a cleaner finish. Will he ever get a true clean finish with the Judgment Day? I don't think so necessarily, but I just think having 4 members come out to help you is just a little too much for my liking. I know why they did it, because they don't want Cena to take that clean pin and look bad going into his last match in December 13th. But I just want to see Dom to get those big wins and to get more legitimate victories that no one can question, because that is what will elevate Dom to the next level, as he is one of the best stars in WWE under 30 years old. For John Cena, he's waiting his opponent for his final match, which is coming up in just less than 2 weeks at this current moment. The tournament is still underway, and I have to say that I think Gunther will win that tournament to face John Cena later on in December. And getting into the next match on this card, Stephanie McMahon defeated Nikki Bella to retain her Women's World Championship, as I expected. But I thought this match was pretty much what I thought it would be. You had Nikki Bella start the match with her more angry mentality. She was brutalizing Stephanie McMahon at times, but Stephanie McMahon's skill set is just on a different level. Her kicks, her high flying ability, and her striking, it's just such a good skill set, and just makes her very tough to beat for not just Nikki Bella, but anyone on the roster. Nikki Bella, this was without a doubt her best performance back in WWE since she returned early this year in at the Royal Rumble. So I thought it was a good performance by Nikki, but Stephanie McMahon, La Primavera's reign continues. Getting into the main event, Team Vision picked up the victory over CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, and Roman Reigns. And this match was, to me, the best men's War Games match in WWE since they brought it back in 2017, starting with NXT, going over to WWE back in 2022. This was the best one without a doubt. You got everything you wanted to see. Two teams that just hate each other to a different level, and it all kind of was building up until the final two members. You had Brock Lesnar, you had Roman Reigns, and when those two members and guys' music hit, the crowd just erupted, and you felt the aura radiating off of both wrestlers. And Brock Lesnar, when he came out first, he destroyed everyone that was in his path, and he just, it really was just a sight to be seen, and was just unbelievable. And when Roman Reigns came out, Brock Lesnar left the cage, met Roman in the walkway, and Roman beat him up, hit him with a couple Superman punches, but Brock Lesnar put him through a table, through the announce table with an F5 before Roman even stepped foot in the ring and inside the cage with the War Games. And when that War Games match officially began, it seemed like that Roman's team was at a disadvantage because Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker particularly were just destroying everybody that they could and brutalizing them and making sure they didn't have a chance. And when Roman came in, the final member of his team, it seemed like his team had very little chance, and that ended when a mystery man appeared wearing and covered in all black, hopped over the cage inside War Games, and hit a couple curb stomps to CM Punk, winning the match for his team. And then he immediately went over the cage. You had Braun Breaker pick up the pinfall victory over CM Punk, and you had a great picture and last scene of that group outside the cage. But now we have to wonder, who was the mystery opponent? He hit Seth Rollins' signature stomp, but I don't think it's Seth Rollins because of what the Vision did to him previously. I think it's a guy that has been rumored in the past, and that is Austin Theory. The former United States champion, he still is under 30 years old, has tremendous potential, not only in the ring, but on the microphone. And I think if he is that guy, the next member of the Vision, I think it is the perfect fit, the perfect next Paul Heyman guy, and will be the perfect situation for Austin Theory to get to that next level and get to that main event level in WWE. And the Vision really is just an unstoppable force right now. But that wasn't, to me, the biggest takeaway at the end of this event, because at the end of this event, we saw the three guys that were in the ring on Monday Night Raw: CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, arguably the three biggest stars in the sport and in the company right now, face to face. Punk and Reigns hit a fist bump with each other, but then it was Cody Rhodes and CM Punk face to face at the end. And Roman Reigns said to CM Punk that this is the last time we're ever teaming again, and staring into his eyes is where the show ended. And it just leaves that cliffhanger, and it makes you wonder, could we see a trilogy match between Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and the current undisputed champion Cody Rhodes? They each have won one match apiece. At WrestleMania 39, Roman beat Cody, and at 40 is when Cody finished his story. So I can't wait for that. Although WrestleMania is still months and months away, it seems like Mania season is already heating up. And it rolls on in less than 2 weeks with Cena's final match at Saturday Night's Main Event in Washington, D.C. I can't wait for that one. Overall, Survivor Series, I thought, was a very good show. I loved the 4-match card. Both WarGames matches delivered. The men's was the highlight to me. And Dominic Mysterio is once again a champion. What will he do next? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Ryan Wohl, and I'll see you next time.